the time of our life, we will hold and wait, and similar hands bound by these
We call on Miss Sherry Lumbag for the invocation.
Especially our guests for tonight. And let us bow our heads for our prayer for this evening. O God, from whom all power comes, by whose divine will all must abide, we came before you today to give you honor and praise. We thank you for the opportunity to come and gather here today, despite each and everyone's busy schedules. We ask for your hand blessings in these occasions. And as we go on to have this induction, we thank you for the opportunity to give honor and thanks to our outgoing officers for their dedication and personal sacrifice. Likewise, we beg to bless and assist and enlighten our newly elected officers. May they prove worthy of confidence giving to them. Give them wisdom and courage as we continue to build and strengthen our Igorot in France Association. May be just and upright in their thinking, honest in all their actions, and be guided by true conscience. O God, forgive us all our mistakes and give us all peace and unity. We need the ability to work together in harmony. We ask for personal peace, our lives and joy in our task, and help us prepare in our lives good deeds for an eternal union with you through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Sa'y mo'y buhay, lupang inilang, duyan ang mag-ibig, sa magdulugin, ibang sisingin, sa dagat at puno, sa simoy at sa langit kung bagaw, may dalang ang isang ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nag-ibig, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa ay nag-ibig, lupa ng araw na walang matipasin na, buhay na sa piling mo. Ang hidaya na pang may mga api, ang mamatay na dahil sa'yo.
Tayo amin. I am extremely honored to have the chance to address you this evening, this special, very special occasion, which is going to begin. 2 years ago, few of us were gathered under the cold and rain to form this association. Not to mention those who were not here. I have to mention also the very important person who was one of the root of this association, one of the founder of this association, Freda Changat, but she's not here. And some of us here, only 14 of us have been gathered under the call to found this association. But after 1 year, we arrived until we were even 50 members at the end of the year. And now, I think we are more than 80 members. I mentioned that the Igorot in France consists of, because Lito Gomez is a little bit confused about the Igorot in France Association. The Igorot in France Association consists of the Igorots who are here in France, who are from Mountain Province, Baguio City and Benguet, Abra, Kalinga, Payao, Ifugao, and other from Ilocos Sur also, those who are called Bago, which are originated from the Igorot provinces. And now I have the honor to welcome also our honorable and our proud of the Igorot, which is installed here in France, Mr. Gaston Damag, our honorable guest speaker, and Consul also who is here as the inducting officer, and fellow welcome officers, welcome, friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to all. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. Miss Pitman Esteban to introduce our guest speaker.
He finished his studies, he furthered his studies in arts, and finally finished in 1993. Since his roots are the indigenous Ifugao, he relates that he had Maya Museum Vicente, Cabaras Art Center. So without much further ado, I present
inviting you here. Very hard for me to say yes, because I'm not used to this kind of things. Well, thank you very much. Mayat di aldaw tayo mami, mayat di rabi tayo mami ito. mapottiako to mapotti nachchometchelini. Et c'est là-bas, et bonsoir à tout le monde, et voilà, je vais essayer de parler. Well, I don't know what to tell, but sinabi na ata lahat ibis yung tungkol sa akin. I don't know exactly what I'm going to tell you, but well, I came here in France because I met a French lady in Banawe. I headhunted her, so I'm here. So when I arrived here, I went to fine arts here in Paris, and after that I went also to the École Beaux-Arts Research Pontoise. I graduated from both school. One is a classical school, and the other one is an avant-garde school. After graduating, I started having shows here in Paris and in Europe. And since 10 years now, I'm concentrating my shows in Asia because I'm trying to rediscover my own culture and, well, so I don't know what will I tell you about being in France. I think the only thing I can tell you, because I think you know better the life than I do. No, I've been lucky to come here as a student. I know most of you came here to work and to help our family in the Philippines or in the mountain provinces. For me, it's very special because I came here to study, and so I did not work here. I came here to do my studies, and I was very lucky to be appreciated early. So the only thing I can tell you is that in France, I think that the French people want the foreigner who come in Paris need to speak French. And I think, I know you don't have time to learn French, but because you work and most of you it's very complicated to follow courses during the night at Mairie Paris or any arrondissement. But there's always a way to learn French, because learning the language is really getting in the culture of French, and it's how you can really go farther from from what you want to do here in France. So even for your kids, I think it's nice if you can really try to learn French, because you can have a better communication with your kids, who will be finally French when they are born here. And I think it's what I can tell you. Please try to find a way to learn the French language, and it will be okay. Nung dumating ako dito, I sacrificed 10 years without being with a Filipino because I really wanted to learn French. And so I said, if I will be with my friends Filipino, it will be a comfort for me, and I will not learn French. But also because I went to the fine arts, that I was in school and I was very busy and everything was in French, so I learned French from the school. So, ano masasabi ko ngayon? I think the only thing I can tell you is that try to speak French and learn in any way. Yeah, I think it's good for you, good for your kids, and even for I'm not here to give advice, but by experience, because before I was working with the embassy, and most of the problem with mixed couple is really the language of couples. A lot of fightings, and even with the kids, it's always the language, because French language is very subtle. You need always to speak to talk about problems and whatever, and they like talking, French people. So yeah, it's all that I can tell. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
just arrived barely a month. Yeah. And before he was here, he worked as an Undersecretary for Policy of the DFA in the Philippines. Am I right? Special Assistant, okay. Okay. And lastly, he's now here to serve us as a First Secretary and Consul of the Embassy of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
and friendly faces. I look forward to meeting you and talking to you better after tonight. I think there's an official program we have to, an official induction that we have to lead, or shall I proceed first? I think, please put up your right hand. I, and repeat after me. State your name. Having been elected as hindi ko kayo marinig. Of Igorot and Friends Association, do solemnly pledge to uphold the goals, missions, and objectives of the Constitution and bylaws of this association. I promise to perform the duties and responsibilities expected of me, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And I will faithfully do the duties of the office which I am about to enter. Above all, to humbly stand and uphold the meaning of Igorot in abiding by the rules of the Filipino community in France. And without hesitation, so help me God. Congratulations. Let's all give a round of applause. That we prepared on behalf of this auspicious event. On behalf of Ambassador Maria Teresa Lazaro, Ambassador of the Philippines to France, who unfortunately could not make it tonight since we had the visit of Secretary Baldos, I would like to sincerely congratulate, first of all, the outgoing officers of IFA, particularly President Mrs. Eunice Dumanu, as well as the newly inducted officers of IFA, particularly President Julia Geston, for their marvelous induction tonight. Let's all give them another round of applause. The Philippine Embassy fully supports your efforts to promote the arts, cultures, and traditions of the Igorots in France. We are very proud of your association and value the great service you do in presenting a very positive image of our country and peoples as a bastion of unique and diverse cultural heritage, traditions, and identities. Through your work and fellowship with other kababayans here in France, as well as our French friends, you are giving a really wonderful picture of the Philippine spirit and the essential qualities of joy and giving found in our Filipino soul. And this makes us all really richer and better off for this. So I wish to thank you and congratulate you for everything that you're doing. I work in the embassy as the officer in charge of UNESCO. And in UNESCO, we talk about world heritage, we talk about intangible cultural heritage, but really here, before us tonight, what we are celebrating, for me, is world heritage and universal cultural heritage. So let us always be proud. I was tasked to give an inspirational message tonight, but really I can only say that you are the inspiration. IFA is the inspiration because you teach us that in our diversity, as different Filipinos coming from different backgrounds, having all our different stories, we are still one. Our diversity can unite us. So that is my message tonight. Let us not be divided, let us be united. Back home in the Philippines, there's so much positive trends going on. President Aquino is really doing a great job improving inclusive growth and development. every time you come back, I'm sure you notice, there's so much new development and construction. Let us be proud of this and let us support this. There's a lot of work still that needs to be done back home. Remember that you are the best ambassadors of the country. That is my message to you tonight. So again, thank you very much for inviting me. This is my first official function in France. I know I have a lot to learn, but I think with your support, I hope I can always be close to you. Our door is always open at the embassy. Again, congratulations to IFA. May you have 100 more years of prosperity. Thank you.
Honorable Consul Jose Garcia, President of the Philippine Community Leader in France, Lito Gomez, fellow members and elected officers of this Igorot in France Association, and dear guests, good evening. I would like to sincerely thank you, members of IFA, for electing me as your president for this term. I am humbled by your confidence that I will be able to lead and represent this association in the best of my capabilities with everyone's participation and support. I believe that you and I have the same aspiration as to strengthening our association and achieving the objectives that we have set and that we ought to do. As we are all foreigners in this foreign land, we are grateful to have this privilege to associate and organize based on the cultural backgrounds and ethnicity we come from, the very identity that we all want to keep, and the heritage that our ancestors passed down to us. Let us therefore remember that we have come to this point of unifying together as people from Cordillera, not because we want to prove something else, but we want to be one, sharing the same heritage and the identity in this foreign land. Now that you have confidently voted for me, I fully accept with willingness to lead and to continue what we have started in the past 2 years. Over the years, we sailed smoothly. Even at times we faced challenges. We had conflicting ideas, but we stand united during those difficult times because that's what we aim for, to work together for the common good of everyone. Without much ado, I would like to congratulate the outgoing officers for their leadership during the past 2 years. And to the newly elected officers, good luck. I wish to end my speech with a beautiful message that each one of us should take as we journey through the lives and as we work together for the better IFA. Martin Luther King Jr. once awakened the world with his challenging words. The ultimate manner of a man is not where he stands in a moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times a challenge and controversy. Thank you for coming to this special event in the history of Igorot in France Association. I wish you all to enjoy the rest of the celebration, entertainment, and association and socialization. Thank you.
President, ganda ng speech. Don't worry, we...
We're not yet prepared.
Kasama
Quiero una noche contigo, mamá. La temperatura nos va a hacer sudar. Te quiero tocar, tu cuerpo acariciar. Dale, ponte suelta, no lo pienses. Mueve tu cuerpo, dale tu cama, lleva el movimiento. Que tú quieres conmigo, lo siento. No te vale que no me loco. Pero mi tu cuerpo, dale tu cama, lleva el movimiento. Que tú quieres conmigo, lo siento. No te vale que no vamos a lograr. Pero bien de no ese bum bum mamá. Somos la fusión perfecta, perfecta. The family, los tres pilares, la firma, ¿quién más?
About 2 weeks ago, we were invited by the Cordillera group during the inductions. Tonight, we are invited by the Igorot group. For someone who doesn't come from this region, sometimes it is a little bit confusing. But somehow I try to learn, somehow I try to make the difference. And as a Filipino, I try to understand this part of the Philippines in which is a very integral part of the country, which represent a very deep culture that we just don't find in other places of the Philippines. I learned that the Igorot is a group of people. I learned also that Cordillera is the region. I learned that the Igorot themselves have different dialects. And I also learned that they have different culture. But somehow, here in France, we are all gathered to be as the one representing all these diversities, and we call ourselves as Igorots. And I am very proud to be here in front of all of you. And I am very proud to see the people from this very far place, from where I was born, seeing them dancing with the grace, with a smile, and with the joy, doing all these traditional dances that we, the Filipinos, has started forgetting. And I really appreciate and I really encourage each of the Igorots present in France to please continue and keep this tradition that you have, that we will be proud. Like I always say, we are the image of what we are in the Philippines, here in France. I would like also to congratulate the new President, Julia. I'd like to say hello to our consul. I'd like to say hello and good evening to the officers of the core group, the Vice President who is here, Mr. Jimmy Pitarge, the President of Sandigan. I would also like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Boy Capinta of Ang Pinoy, and also the President of Pagkakaisa, Madam Angie Lucas, and of course, the Cordillera, si Cheryl, and of all, lahat kayo ng mga Igorot. Gusto ko rin matutunan yung salita niyo, pero medyo complicated raw talaga. I did 30 minutes just to say good evening. I wasn't able to do it. Pero, kanina nagsasayaw ako, I could already do some of the steps. Yeah, I could already join. Siguro the third time around, I can dance better. But I cannot do it better than you. You are the real one. Maraming salamat po. Please keep this tradition. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
O dakilang Diyos, buhay na Diyos na gumawa ng langit at lupa, Panginoon, ikaw ang aming itaas o God sa gabing ito, sa katakal mo sa mga napili sa organisasyon ito, Panginoon. Maraming pong salamat o God. Narito po kami dahil sa kanilang pagkakaisa para buuin ang organisasyon ito, Panginoon. Kaya bago po namin tamasahin ang mga biyaya na naihanda para sa physical na katawan, aking pong dalangin sa ngalan ni Kristo, ngayon pong pagpalain ng organisasyong ito, Panginoon. Ano man, Panginoon, ang mga plano nila, dalangin ko po, Panginoon, na ikaw ang mamagitan sa kanila, Panginoon, sapagkat sinabi mo sa iyong mga salita, kung wala ka sa kanila, Panginoon, ay wala silang magagawa. Kaya, Panginoon, dalangin ko na samahan mo sila sa lahat ng mga plano nila para mapalaki pa, mapalawak pa, Panginoon, ang organisasyong ito, Panginoon. Kaya salamat po, Lord God, sa lahat ng mga bumubuo sa organisasyong ito, Lord. Pagpalain mo sila at bigyan ng karunungan upang may taguyod nila, Panginoon, at maging matagumpay ang organisasyong ito, God. Hallelujah. Sapagkat ito pong kalooban mo ng iyong mga anak ko ay magkaroon ng pagkakaisa, magtutulungan sa lahat ng bawat mabuti, Panginoon, na hangarin ng bawat isa, Panginoon. Kaya salamat po, Lord God, sa lahat ng narito at higit sa lahat, O God, ang kanilang financial, Panginoon, pagkakaisa nila, Panginoon, na provide ng financial, Lord. Bless mo kung lahat ng mga resource na ginagamit mo upang pagpalain sila ang bawat isa sa grupong ito, Panginoon. Kaya dalangin po namin, nabaw po namin tanggapin ang mga pagkain, O God, ay Dalhin po namin sa ngalan ni Kristo na iyo pong pakabasbasan at linisan po ng magsilbing lakas po namin sa aming physical na katawan upang kami po'y malakas at masaya na maglingkod sa iyo, Panginoon, at i-enjoy ang buhay na pinagkaloob mo sa bawat isa sa amin. Salamat po, Lord God. Ito po ang aming dalangin sa ngalan ng aming Panginoong Jesus. Amen. God bless us all.
Amen.
Dahil sa tayo'y binigyan kalakasan at kalusugan, kaya lahat tayo ay makadalo. Induction Minamahal kong mga membro ng IPA, naway ating patatagin ang ating pagkakaisa.
Mampay siya, mampay, dewasa. Yes!
everyone. We have already heard inspiring messages from our speakers. From Mr. Donald. He reminds us how kung bakit kailangan natin mag-aral ng French dito sa France. Dahil lahat tayo kailangan natin ang French lesson para sa ating pagtatagal dito sa foreign land na ito. At yun, ang kanyang experience at binabahagi niya po sa IFA organization. Maraming salamat. And the guest speaker from our Philippine Embassy, Mr. Jesus Garcia, pinamahagi din niya sa atin, pakinggan natin sa kanyang speech na tayo mga OFW, we are the ambassadors of our country. Thank you very much, sir. In behalf of all the IFA officers for the year 2014 and 2016, I would like to extend our gratitude and give a high esteem of the previous officers. Your efforts are appreciated, and know that you will never forget the days that you have served this organization and continue to support our future leaders. I would like also to welcome the new members of who will join IFA in this noble endeavor of supporting the vision and mission of this organization. It is our prayer that we will continue the great tradition of this organization. Ladies and gentlemen, we will please ask each and every one of us a warm, deep, pleasant hand of applause for each and every one of us here. Lakpakan po natin! Maraming salamat. Sabi nila, pag closing remarks daw, matapos na ang programa, pero hindi. Dito pa lang po tayo, mag-uumpisa. Pagkatapos nito, mag-uumpisa ulit tayo. Kunin ko na rin po ang pagkakataon na ito para batiin, congratulate each and every one of us here tonight to acknowledge our presence. Again, Mr. Gaston Damag, sir. Maraming gabi. Consul Jesus Garcia, sir. Mr. Lito Gomez from our Filipino community. Madam Sherilyn David, President of the CNF. And Madam Aida Lucas also from other Filipino communities here in France. Magandang gabi po sa inyo at napakaraming salamat po sa inyong pagdating at pagdalo sa ganun ito. In behalf of this IFA, I would like to acknowledge each and every one of our members, the true members of IFA organization. Dahil sa inyo po ang gabi na ito, this was already happened for only after 2 years again. And I would like to mention names of the groups. And gusto nyo, kumakit mo kayo rito. Makilala kayo ng mga ating mga bisita rito. Marami tayong mga bisita rito na tulad na sa embassy. Kilala nila bawat isa. Sabihin ko, ang organisation ng IFA, mayroong unity, mayroong pagkakaisa at kumbaga sa contest. Isang category ng isang winning team is kailangan may unity ng isang organization. Yan sila sila Consul ng Embassy, sila boss na Boss Leo. Okay, may I call on Madam Eunice and Madam Julia, please. Kasi po, ang gabi na ito para sa IFA. And again, I repeat, this was only happened for 2 years. After 2 years ulit, saka ulit tayo Itong dalawa po na ito, si Madam Eunice at si Madam Julia, sila po ang leaders ng organization na ito. Halika. Papakilala. Successful. And for their efforts dedicated to the group as well as our leaders. Palakpakan po natin itong dalawa na ito na leaders of the organization. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Again, next, I will give you a phone after pangyayari sa organization ng grupo ng IFA. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Lahat ng aktibidades dito sa organization na ito, hindi man sa pagkakin kung sino itong mga tao na ito, malaki ang naitutulong at naiambag dito sa organization. Nasabi ko ulit, dito ko, after 2 years lang kayo ma-acknowledge. And I would like also to acknowledge in the name of IFA, the Igorot France Association, the presence of Madam Manang Esther. Manang Esther, sila po ang laging host. Sila ang nagtatago ng mga ating mga materials like those and something like material. Another applause to all of them. Maraming salamat ulit sa inyo. Ito ang closing remarks. Ika nga, ay huling bahagi ng ating programa. Pero mag-uumpisa pa lang po tayo. Matago-tago ako, amen! Kaya si Ama ay kabunyan, siya na madaydayaw sa labihan. Amen!